Hey friend, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, could this be a way to beat that summertime heat? Old Nation Shandy is a 4.8% German-style lager with lemonade from Old Nation Brewing Company in Williamston, Michigan. You may be familiar with the Shandy style. Now, when I think of Shandys, the first thing that comes to my mind is Summer Shandy from Kugel. It's probably the most widely available Shandy there is out there. Now, they're generally wheat beers or weisse beers. They could be lagers mixed with lemonade of some sort. Now, Old Nation's going for the lager route with their Shandy. According to their website, they blend a specially developed lager that they've made with lemonade from Guernsey Farms in Northville, Michigan on this beer. So let's check out this somewhat low ABV refreshing beer. We'll take a look at the can, we'll get it into a glass, but first I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer and David Jeffries, for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, maybe even just buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.com/draft_therapy, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks available only to patrons. Let's take a look at the label. Not really much to look at here. It's a black label. On the top in yellow, it says Old Nation, has the ON symbol for Old Nation. Underneath that, just in a yellow circle, it says Shandy, German-style lager with lemonade. Lager made with natural flavors. It says 4.8% alcohol by volume. This is 7 IBUs out of Williamston, Michigan. This is 1 pint. On the side, it says the 2021 edition made with Michigan's best lemonade from our friends at Guernsey Farms Dairy. They're in Northville, Michigan. On the other side is the government warning. It says brewed and canned by Old Nation Brewing Company in Williamston, Michigan, and then the Old Nation symbol or the logo, Old Nation Brewing Company. You can find out more about them at oldnationbrewing.com. On the bottom, this was packaged on June 2nd, 2021. That was about a month and almost 2 months. It's July 25th. I'm recording this particular video, so I'm going to use a Draft Therapy Tiku glass here. I'm going to crack it and put a nose on the can, see what we think of just the kind of small sniff here. It has a big lemonade aroma, but it also has that lager kind of smell in there too. But lemonade, you know, a big lemon kind of presence in the nose here. Let's go ahead and pour it. Coming out really clear out of the can. Yellowish, a light yellow, collecting nicely in the glass. A nice kind of, with all the lights going on around here, it's a nice kind of golden yellow color. Gonna pour, I don't know why, but just a tiny bit more in there. The head that I was initially getting is about the same as what I'm getting now, about a finger to a finger and a half worth of head. Looking at the overhead, it has really super tight, really compact bubbles, and it's kind of popping. It's got a nice kind of carbonation look to it. Let's go ahead and hold it up to the light here. As you can see there, to me, this is really like glowing yellow again from the glass coming through the the light coming through the glass. To you, it looks maybe a little bit more orange, but it's definitely yellow through the light. The head is just a really nice, brilliant white. Not really off-white, but nice, like I said, a nice kind of brilliant color. Let's put a nose on it. Getting a big kind of lemonade vibe, especially out of the glass. Out of the can, I got a little bit more of a lager kind of smell to it, but out of the glass, out of the can, more lager, out of the glass, more lemonade. Let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. Wow. So let's talk about the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is really nice and crisp, but is a little bit on the syrupy side almost, because what I'll talk about in the flavor department, it's a little bit on the crisp side, but like I said, you're getting a little bit of a thicker mouthfeel. It has almost like a syrupy kind of quality because of the sweetness that is in this beer. Let's talk about the taste. That first taste was like a shock to me because what I'm tasting is just this really strong, really sweet lemonade flavor. Now, the lager part of it, I'm not really getting a big lager flavor out of this. I'm not really getting much of a beer flavor. On the upfront, it's very sweet lemonade. Think sweet lemonade. Don't think like sour kind of lemonade, you know, maybe a lower sugar lemonade. This is like high concentrate, highly sugared, very highly sweetened lemonade. It is like really strong lemonade flavor on this. The first taste was really sweet. Like you could tell by the look on my face, there's almost like you get that kind of lemonade pucker a little bit, but the sweetness is really, it stands out. It's really almost kind of overpowering. Now the lager flavor that I get, the beer flavor that I get, just a tiny little bit of is on the finish. It's on the back end now in the aftertaste. I still have that kind of lemonade flavor going on in my mouth, that that kind of sweetness and that little bit of lemonade sourness is all just kind of held together by this. On the very tail end, on the back of my tongue, I taste this kind of lager quality to it, but it is so hidden, so deeply just punched down in the flavor. You are getting so much sweet lemonade. And that's kind of what you expect from a shandy. They are usually a lot sweeter. They don't hold a lot of those beer characteristics. It's not one of those, beer connoisseur like person that sits back and they, like us, people watching this video or me making this. Generally, shandy fans are, you give a shandy to somebody that's not really experienced in craft beer, they will definitely taste the beer. But for me, that someone who's looking for the beer kind of flavor in here, I'm picking up on a lot of that lemonade flavor, a lot of that lemonade quality. Not so much on the lager, not so much on the beer, but that's probably the audience that Old Nation is going for. They're probably going for less of the beer drinker, craft beer, I'll say a beer snob kind of person, more for the casual beer drinker. This is a very simple label. There's not a lot like really jumping out to make it look super complicated. It lets you know right off the bat, Shandy, German style lager with lemonade. I almost feel like it should say lemonade with German style lager because that lemonade flavor is so strong. This is 4.8% by volume. So that is actually a little bit higher on the ABV end for a shandy. Generally, shandies are a little bit lower. I've had even Radlers are similar to shandies, and I've had Radlers that are like 3%. Now, I believe Radlers use different kind of fruit juice, whereas shandies almost exclusively use lemonade, and I think it's like a style difference, like shandy is German and, Radler is something else. I could be wrong on that, but that's my recollection of it. But what I'm saying, just to boil it down, is if you are looking for a beer that's not really like a strong beer flavor, if you're just looking for something that's refreshing and sweet, I think this shandy, Old Nation Shandy, is right up your aisle. But if you're looking for something a little bit more complex, maybe a little bit something different than what you've had before, I think this is going to go more towards that seltzer kind of crowd, maybe the crowd that's not really into craft beer, but they just want to get away from the seltzers and they want to try something refreshing in this like oppressive heat that we're going to be going through, for the next month or so, month and a half. So if you're looking for a craft beer that's going to challenge you, I don't think Shandy is there. But if you are looking for a craft beer that's going to, you want to buy local, you want to support local breweries, and you want something that's just a little bit of a change of pace from what Old Nation generally does, I think Shandy is a good product for you. But if you're looking for something that's really going to challenge you, I don't think Shandy's that beer. All right, friends, that has been Old Nation Shandy. Have you had this beer before? Do you have a favorite Shandy? If you have a favorite Shandy, which was the one that really introduced you to the style? Let us know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell because I'm here talking about beer twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries. These guys are in Williamston, Michigan. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.